What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Sensei the Glove back with my review of One Piece manga chapter 934, Hyougorou of the Flowers. And this is a pretty decent chapter. We got a couple reviews with some interesting information and revelations on Big Mom and Kid, as well as just a little bit of Zoro tease that I'm hella here for. So let's get straight into it. The chapter starts out, Big Mom pirates are alive and well. They are basically on the outskirts of Wano. King got the skies locked the fuck down, so ain't no more them when they come to getting into Wano, at least the traditional way, I guess. So yeah, they're sitting there pondering kind of what they're gonna do. They're wondering where Big Mom is, freaking out, and it was actually kind of funny to see how Parasparrow and Daifuku were kind of going back and forth about who would become, like what their pirate group would become if Big Mom died. Parasparrow's like, then we become the Parasparrow Pirates. Like, get the fuck out of here, Parasparrow Pirates. Like, say that shit 10 times. Like, get your ass out of here, you tweaking. Smoothie was having faith that Big Mom was, gonna be okay, which we already know. And then we kind of cut over to Chopper and Momo and all of them traveling with Big Mom, because as we know from the last chapter, they're headed to Udon. And we finally get a big map of Wano. We finally get the map of Wano so we can see how the geography is. We find out that there's multiple regions and they all have their own climates and they're separated by these big ass rivers. So that was a decent little nod. Thanks, Oda. While riding with Big Mom, Chopper noticed that Napoleon wasn't speaking, was eyes closed, wasn't talking and shit. So he was wondering, did Napoleon forget as well? I was also wondering that shit because I'm like, damn, wouldn't the hat remember? But maybe the hat's dormant because she don't really know that she got powers. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking there. But that was interesting. Side note, Chopper had me weak as fuck when Big Mom's like looking at him because she's all excited. She thinks she gonna get food. She drooling and shit. And every time she drools, she look over at Chopper. Chopper's like, don't fucking look at me while you drooling. Fuck is wrong with you? More interesting though is the interaction between Momo and Okiku about the word snatch. So this is kind of the Zoro tease that a lot of people were waiting for, myself included, because I'm a huge Zoro fan. Apparently Zoro taught Momo the word snatch, saying that it's a word that gives courage to a courageous man or something like that when courage isn't there, which was interesting because Okiku freaked out like, yo, who taught you that? So she's basically saying like it's an old word from like old Wano that could mean something that could put you in danger. So what does that mean? Fucking Zoro is connected to Wano. Everybody knows it. Everybody calls it. We just waiting for the shit to come out. Either he's like a descendant or something like that. Like, something's going on. Like, if we think back to like when Luffy first touched down and he ran into Hitetsu saying he's waiting on somebody. Who are you waiting for? You waiting for Zoro, bro? You waiting for Zoro, bro? Because you might be waiting for Zoro. Because I'm damn near waiting for you to wait for Zoro. From there, we cut to Nami, Robin, Brooke, all those guys. They actually escaped the castle, so that's what's up. They're headed to the red light district, but they're going to stop at the baths before there. But they want to check in on Otoko. They think the Shogun is going to basically hunt her down forever. I beg to differ due to some other stuff that we'll talk about later on. But that's what they think is going on. We find out that Robin pretty much got hella information while she was in the castle that she doesn't think is worthless or anything like that. So that was pretty funny. That little scene where she's like, well, I didn't get anything but this and 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 this. And they're like, you're fucking amazing. Like, what are you talking about? More importantly, on that side, we find out that Hyougorou of the Flowers was the Yakuza 20 years ago, back when Raizo and them were there. So that's who they remember. And that's pretty interesting for a reason that I'll come back to later. But from there, we cut to Sanji, who got the W. Good shit. It was off screen, but we're assuming he either got the W or he escaped. Either way, Sanji fans are probably going to go crazy because Sanji needs a W. He doesn't look like he's beat the fuck up, so that's good. They're chilling in Ibizu Town, which is interesting because Zoro, at least to our knowledge, I don't know if they're out in the open, I don't know if they're hiding in Ibizu Town, but we still haven't seen Zoro. So is Zoro still in Ibizu Town or not? because Oda keeps playing with my heart with this shit. But they're in Ibizu town. They're chilling. They're hiding out, reading newspapers to figure out what's going on. So one thing they figure out two things. The two things they figure out are Hiyori's funeral is tomorrow, and Kid broke out of prison. Shouts out to Kid for breaking out of prison because he that nigga. But Hiyori's funeral is tomorrow, which leads me to believe that the Shogun probably isn't going to chase after old Toko because he's probably going to be at his funeral. So they don't have no reason to go there. But shouts out to Sanji for getting the W. I fucks with you. From there, we get to the juicy part of the chapter, which is Luffy in the prison. And although stuff with the Alpaca Man was hilarious with him spitting on Luffy and shit like that, I am 100% more interested in the fact that we found out that the old ass man that Luffy was helping was Hyougorou of the Flowers was the old ass man. So that's what's up. They're like torturing him and beating him up, trying to figure out why he got all these tickets for this food. And he's like, look, man, I'm satisfied with my life. You can go ahead and kill me because I got food from Luffy and I live my life as a samurai, and things like that. Luffy charges in, tries to beat up the other guys, and we cut to Queen arriving at the jail. And then the chapter ends. So, a little bit of speculating. I do have a theory here. I think that Kyoshiro and Hyougorou are related. Either that's his son, either Kyoshiro is Hyogorou's son, Hyougorou, either that's his son, or they're just related in some way. Because if you remember back in the last week's chapter, when he sliced down Hiyori, it was like hella flowers in the background, right? So I'm thinking that has something to do with it. I'm thinking that's a close-ass connection of them. I'm thinking that a long time ago, Hyougorou probably wasn't liking how the shit was going with the new Shogun and Kaido. He probably supported, he was probably a big supporter of Oden back then. So I'm thinking he got locked up because he was a supporter of Oden, and they're like, nah, we don't fuck with Oden. And then his son ended up, growing up and faking the funk basically for 20 years, saying that he supports Orochi, which obviously we know now he actually doesn't. So that'll be a nice little twist when it comes out. I definitely think that that's the situation there. I am a little bit excited about Queen showing up, only because Big Mom is on the way. Because I would love to see that clash. But I don't want to see Luffy fight with Queen. I don't think it's time for Luffy to fight a commander yet. But I could be wrong. He fought Cracker pretty early, so we don't know. Overall, decent chapter. I give it like a 3.8 out of 5. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Do you think that Hyougorou and Kyoshiro are related? Do you think there's some relation between the flowers that happened when she was cut down versus him being of the flowers? Let me know. Sensei LeGlove out.